Hey, everybody. This is Arthur C. coming to you live from an undisclosed location, and you're watching the Heavy Galaxy Show. Come on now.
Let's get it going. Heavy Galaxy Show. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, as we'd like to welcome our special guest this week. He's coming to us from Jayhawks Nation, Lawrence, Kansas.
What up?
We'd like to welcome the frontman from 90s grunge heavyweights, Paw, as well as his outstanding current band, Godzillionaire. Mr. Mark Hennessy joins us today. What's up, Mark?
Still above ground and loving it. I'm at actually the band studio. I wish I had a little more colorful backdrop. Your guys is making my backdrop feel less than my back. So I'm having backdrop.
It's you that counts.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I'm going to take my hair out later.
It's that pretty face of yours. It trumps all the things we have behind us.
Well, you guys got cool. You guys got cool backdrops. I bet you this thing does something. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing great, man. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Awesome, Mark. Well, Mark, Lawrence, Kansas. Obviously, we said big college town. Before bands like Paw and like Stick came out there in the 90s. I think the only thing any of us really knew about Kansas musically was the band Kansas. Obviously, the classic rock, awesome band out of there. So let's just start things off with you giving us, I guess, like an overview of when it came to growing up as a rock fan, or I would say even more importantly, a aspiring musician in Kansas in general. Tell us about the scene, how it was growing up, what was popular there. Just kind of give us the whole background of your kind of early entry into rock and metal in Kansas.
Cool. Well, thanks. I was lucky. My parents were music lovers. My dad was in love with Crystal Gayle. I can remember him taking me to see her after a rodeo. We'd stick around and catch the country and western. He liked both kinds of music, country and western. And they were into musical theater, so I had Camelot too, and I listened to the oldies on my radio underneath the blankets with my stack of Betty and Veronica's. The radio music was always there, always part of my life. I always knew it was important. I can remember the first time I heard ELO, Snake in the Grass in the backseat, or John Cougar Mellencamp, Little Pink House. With the first time I heard Nevermind, Smells Like Teen Spirit, it's like music has always been an important part of my life, and thankfully. It's weird, but I started singing, at church. I was there 6 days a week, and I was in the choir, and I sang in Croatian. Ja sam mala, sam pluna draga. I'm a little devil.
How does that get in the mix? Are you part Croatian?
Yeah. I was a member of the Tamburitsins. I could play the prima and the brock a little bit. I was surrounded by music. I did Love Potion number 9 for the nuns at a talent show, in 4th grade. Wow. I've been lucky.
The nuns,
dude, and I won that.
Who was in the nuns?
Yeah, I won, but I won at the raffle. Linda Rodstadt, the one where she's on roller skates and she's like on the wall and she's like, oh my God. I love her to this day, Linda Rodstadt. I've been lucky to be around music my whole life.
And how old were you when you first started singing?
Singing is such a weird thing, man. I don't remember not singing. My mom and dad, they had a 8-track player, and one of my first memories very clearly is with who's the Englishman and Madman singer? Joe Cocker. I had Joe Cocker on 8-track, and my mom says I would just rock back and forth with the Joe Cocker. Music is it's triggered some part of me. Like if you had to be deaf or blind, I really think I could take blindness easier than deafness, and it has a lot to do with music.
Now, how old are you, Mark?
I'm 55 for the third year, 56. I like saying double. I like saying double nickels, and I got a belt buckle that's got 2 nickels on it.
Nice.
So I'm 56, but 50. Yeah, I'm going to be 55 for 3 years. I was 55 when I was 54, so I figure I can be 55 when I'm 56 too.
There you go. I like
And
that.
I'm not stoned enough to get all that in, but all right, we'll figure it out. Yeah, what about when you were in high school?
It's medicinal.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
We're legal here, so we're all right.
Yeah.
Same here.
In high school, like, what were you like in high school?
I was kind of a geek, man. I had 4.0 Latin club. I had played football, and Gleichman, the football coach, asked me to play football. But I wanted to do the theater. We did Moliere, and Pinter, and we did some theater of the absurd. My school director at the time was kind of ambitious, and there were no guys on the football team, but if you were backstage in the dark with the girl and the cast, that was a different kind of magic thing going on. I gravitated, and photography's got a dark room.
That's right.
And when you go into the dark room, did you guys go into the dark room in high school?
I did.
You get to a little canister, and if you're close with your friend, you're going with your friend or whoever. You get there's enough room for 2 people, and then you turn around and you go into
your opportunity.
Yeah.
I did not have such opportunity, or I wasn't aware of it. So
so get some.
Nice.
I wouldn't get anything in high school, so there's that. So you're doing all that theater and stuff.
Yeah.
But what about, when did you start with the band?
Well, so one of my close friends at the time, Mark Sutherland, who continues to be, I think, sort of a cutting edge jazz guy. He's like one of those cats who makes his own instruments and puts together. Anyway, he's a jazz cat, and he and I were into industrial music. So I can remember being 16 and like hitting a pipe in my basement while he hit a pipe. I don't know. My dad can play guitar and I can noodle with a guitar and a piano, but I'm not good at anything. I'm a consummate noodler. I can play a little bit of trombone, a little bit of bass. It's hilarious that I'm in a band, seriously. But I knew I wanted to be in a band when I was in high school. And I knew that basically that was going to mean that I was going to be a singer, because I tried. I played bass in a band with one of my good friends, Heather, and you should ask her about it, because I can't describe how embarrassingly tender and ridiculous me on stage with an instrument is.
Well, you found your way on stage with your voice, your powerful throat of a voice. But so when did you join a band and actually play shows for people?
So I was in a band before what became Paw, called King Rap. And I was playing the part of Nick Cave, because that's who I wanted to sing like. And Grant from Paw came up to me and said, I saw you play at the Crossing. We need a singer. Do you want to come hear our stuff? And I went to practice and jumped around, and we did Jungle Love by Steve Miller and Touch Me, I'm Sick by Mudhoney. And agreed that we didn't sound horrible, and we ended up doing it for a couple of years together.
Very cool, man. Very
That's
cool.
wild, Mudhoney.
Yeah. Oh man, and I still, instead of right arm, I still say Mark Arm to this day. Mark Arm, great band, undersung.
Sure. Now, what was it like? In Kansas, in general, in Lawrence. Obviously at that time, I'm assuming late '80s around there, right? What was the scene like? Was everybody really into? Was the grunge thing really, already kind of happening within the area? Was that something that you guys were just kind of exploring yourselves as a band? I mean, talk a little bit about that. What was going on at that time in Lawrence?
Okay, well, for people with memories that don't belong on the cloud, you remember before cell phones, at the open mic night at the bar that played live music on Monday nights, there was a 3-month waiting list. There was live music up and down the street, and I can remember walking up and down Ohio Street. You go from basement to basement because this is before noise ordination or before all the teenagers hurt themselves with fentanyl and putting beer up their assholes or whatever they're doing now. It was just kegs in the basement. And it was a live music town. Everybody was in a band. I didn't know anybody who wasn't in a band. We were all in bands. And sometimes you were in bands with people that you totally got along with. That we had a practice space with the guys and Joe Worker, who I love to this day, and Kill Whitey and some of the guys who like not Sin City, but there were just always bands, and there was a brotherhood of bands because the scene was big enough to support the bands, but small enough that we all knew each other. It was very sort of, it's an ideal situation. It was the type of situation that looking back now causes nostalgia because you're like, that was sweet. That was sweet. It was a sweet time for bands. They don't do headshots anymore. People don't do albums anymore. Like the idea of the album as a concept is, I don't know, it's not completely faded. I think bands like Coheed and Cambria kind of like do stuff that kind of keep stuff like that alive. But you remember what it was like. It was different, man. It was different.
Yeah.
It was a little more special. It's strange to go to see a show and see somebody watching a show like this, man.
Sure.
I take out my earrings and tape my laces to my boots because I thought when I went to see a show, if something was going to happen, it wasn't going to be me filming. Being bounced on my face, maybe.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, so obviously, Paw, you mentioned obviously too a band, Kill Whitey, which eventually turned into Stick. I mean, now the 90s came, grunge, the gold rush hits, major label record deals all over the place for grunge. Walk us through with
major label deals for grunge. Come and get them.
Come and get them. That's what's going on, right? I mean, every A&R rep, right? Every label was like that was their memo.
Yeah, and the hair bands all got the memo to dial back to grunge. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well, they dialed off to just playing for women after that.
But
I mean, you and me are the same age, Mark.
Yeah.
So, I feel a lot of parallels when you talk about this stuff.
Yeah,
and it was such a unique time as alternative rock, which the harder side was part of it as well as the other side, and it was just this massive thing.
Straight up. Yeah. I mean, like one of the cool things about our generation, the way it took place, is that for me, there's very little distinction in my mind between Appetite for Destruction and Straight Outta Compton, NWA and Guns N' Roses. Like those albums to me jive together perfectly well, and like generically they couldn't be further apart.
Right.
But
that was the Gen X, almost like tag for us in that 87 to 93, 94 ranges. We ushered in alt rock, we popularized rap. I'm saying for 87 to like 90.
People don't remember Public Enemy. People don't remember Chuck D. Go back to Chuck D.
Or Young MC.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I used to play. I used to do the music for my fraternity house at parties, and and I would mix in all kinds of stuff. But man, you get Humpty Dance out there, and you got But when we think about when Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, and Nirvana kind of churned that corner, and of course soon after Pearl Jam. That was like a feeding frenzy of like, all right, let's get
straight up
heavy, louder stuff. with enigmatic singers and dressed down, not with big fucking hair and makeup and all that shit. And how the fuck does Paw? Who puts you in front of someone? How does all that happen for you to end up on A&M Records?
That's simple, man. We did our demo at Madison Studios, where Nevermind had just been recorded. Nevermind comes out, and A&R says, "Where did this come out of?" "Oh, Butch Vig and Smart Studios." What else has been there recently? Well, the Laughing Hyenas, who saw a deal, and an awesome band, and us, and Daisy Chainsaw were they on? L7. There were a couple bands, Tad for sure. That recorded. They did 8-Way Santa right before Nevermind came out. When Nevermind came out, they're like, okay, anybody associated with Butch Vig, anybody associated with Smart Studios, let's take a look. We were wined and dined. Like wow. I used to joke that A&R meant at a restaurant, because as far as I could figure, that's what the guys did, was they took me out to eat and got me drunk, which was fine at the time. Thank you.
Maybe a strip club.
The night was long, and it included, ins and outs at Italian restaurants, and not for him. It's just it's
drugs.
It's hard to remember and easy to forget.
Well, we're gonna try to rustle your memory.
Yeah.
Like, was that part of the A&R kind of, or the luring in? Or was there people saying, "Hey, if you party, I got a little"?
Oh yeah, and they knew to send the pretty girls to me. They just knew.
You're the singer, yeah.
They knew, and their seductive look this way talents jibed with my appetites quite nicely. The band was not going to make any decision on my say so anyway.
Nice. Now the whole thing, I remember reading years ago, Lawrence, this could be the new Seattle. Right, that was the whole thing. As we were saying, everyone's looking for that new Seattle, but there were, as we say, there were 3 bands that pretty much got signed to majors, yourselves, Stick, and Kill Creek, I think, was on Mammoth. So now all of a sudden, Lawrence is a happening place that people
Lawrence should have been happening for. Stick and Kill Creek are basically the same band. I don't know what happened there. Kim is a friend of mine, as are Mark, and the dudes from Stick. But that's basically one band, and there were so many different genres, and we had good jazz bands. We had Chuck Berg's kid had a band. We had we got this guy Joe Sears who does Isley Brothers covers seamlessly. We had good soul music. We had far-reaching types of. There was a lot of talent, man, and it wasn't you didn't see it. Lawrence could have been the next Seattle in terms of talent, but there was an odd turn in sort of that. Some of the initial response to some of the success for bands in town were kind of ugly, like Slash the Tires, or those fights where you see you just see a head poking out over here and like a leg sticking out over here. I participated in one of those. Yeah. Because why? Because of the Y chromosome. It's guys fighting is fun. We think fighting is fun.
How big is Lawrence, like population wise?
I don't know. When I was the time we're talking about, you noticed when the students left. I'm 100,000.
So it's a college town first and foremost.
Yeah. You notice when
hard to be a Seattle when you're a college town, that's for sure. But
man,
you might have all that music and stuff going on. And did you have like an entertainment district of sorts where you could go to different bars, you could park a car and be able to walk to a bunch of different bars?
Yeah, pull up on Lawrence on the world record, whatever, the world records. For a while, most bars on one street. Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Yes. Yeah. And most of them have live. Most of them, particularly at the time, had live music.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. It was awesome. And remnants last to this day. You can there's still live music, and there's still like they do things like at the park, or they'll do shut down the streets and put bands up. There was some sort of hip hop rap label that had a showcase in South Park before I left for North Carolina. So sometime in July, but it was well attended, and it was fresh, the stuff that I was hearing. So there are remnants of this as being an artist-friendly town. It's it's the blue dot in a red state for whatever, however that coalesces.
Right.
The artist.
And when you guys got big, with the album, and Jessie was like the real breakthrough and everything else, then you go out on the road. So give us and the listeners a little idea. Who did you go on tour with over those 3 or 4 big years? Who were you touring with, and what other bands did you play with back then? Because sometimes we got to get some perspective here.
Oh yeah, sure, and I'm happy to, and I prefer the term we got semi-obscure over big. I don't know that we ever got big. I did hear my song come out of radios. I did walk in a hotel room one time and see myself on the TV screen.
Wow.
I've been kissed more than I should have been, considering my face. So Tesla. Their fans in New Haven stormed the stage. We got into a fight. They were throwing pennies at us. Not the best match. We toured with.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You did a bunch of shows with Tesla. I think I saw that in some of my research. And what happened again?
Oh man. Okay, so rock and roll moment. I can remember Jeff and I snorting lines off the bathroom in Wichita before we did a version of Black Dog. To the 40 attendants and rocking presence. Monster Magnet.
Wait a minute. What did? Yeah. But you said it was a bad match with Tesla, or?
I remember one night where we were getting hit with pennies, and I didn't realize that getting hit with a penny could hurt so bad. Oh man! And I said something stupid because I got a big mouth, and people started coming over the security gate. And my buddy Frank, who was laughing in the back, he says he remembers me saying, "Come up to some guy, bam." And the guy comes back up. I feel bad about it now, but I remember some shows with Tesla. Yes,
wow, and that was some probably the real deal Coke back then as well. Colombian Peruvian marching power.
They had a better deal than we did for sure.
Yeah, and then you said Monster Magnet.
Yeah, great band. What a great band.
Oh yeah.
We got to tour with Tool. We got to tour with Therapy through Europe.
Oh, okay.
Those guys were kick-ass.
Irish guys, yeah.
We played with Soundgarden in London on the Spoon Man show. I got to hang out with Chris for it was he's one of my inspirations, and it was a really I got to meet a bunch of my idols. Chrissy Hine threw us out of her dressing room.
Why?
Yeah.
Trying to snort off her butt, or what was going on there?
Right. The guys from Nirvana minus Kurt came to the house we were at after the show. We played on campus. I got to meet all these cool people. They were so Paul Stanley was nice to me. I got to dance with Paul De Niro at the A&M's hosted the Grammys. So I got slapped by Sheryl Crow, and I had a big time, guys. I had a big time. Matt Cameron from Soundgarden. Sorry if I'm not trying to out you. Gave me mushrooms, and they suited the occasion perfectly. Yeah.
Hey, that's an honor.
It's the type of thing that whenever you want to get into it, makes you okay with the life you've lived. It's like I look behind me and I've got songs and poems and good people and funny places.
Okay, wait a minute. So we gotta go back a little bit. So Monster Magnet. What do you remember?
Awesome.
What album tour that was, or where they were in their own
Dopes
trajectory?
to Infinity.
Up to Infinity.
Oh, that was
93-ish.
really the album that
Yeah.
woke a lot of people. And then, of course, the next one's when they went
And
crazy.
they're
I
so
love
cool.
Dopes to Infinity.
Such sweethearts as guys. So cool, man. And for a while, it was us, Raging Slab, and Monster Magnet. And I don't know if you guys remember Raging Slab.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love them. Great band.
Great, good rock and roll energy, good people. It was our little grunge hippie circus. We were mostly offensive for the amount that we drank and smoked, and not PCP or smack or whatever. And
Good enough.
Yeah.
Same here.
But it was a simpler time.
Who was
I hate to say it like that, but it was.
No, totally.
Yeah,
Who was in Monster Magnet back then? Was it Ed Mundell was part of it back then?
Well, Dave, yes, Ed has been forever. Dave and I almost said Woody because I'm thinking of a big tough bass player, but that's COC, not it's almost like Woody. All those cats were good. The names.
Right.
Yeah.
What a band that was.
Yeah.
Still is, I think.
Yeah. Now, once Dragline came out, everything's kind of like you said. Things are going on the up and up. But obviously, this was around 93, 94, right? So at that time, I think I remember reading a quote that was someone said about a lot of the bands that had a similar sound to you guys at the time. It said that a lot of these bands, they drink like Motley Crue or something, but sell like Bang Tango.
That was us,
right? That was you.
That was totally us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, so talk about now. Like I said, that explosion happened. Now it's kind of on the downturn a tad. Obviously, it's the thing is that what's unfortunate is a band like Paul. I mean, you guys were a band. You already had, I believe, you were recording Dragline 2 right around the same time as Nevermind, right? So it wasn't like Nevermind comes out and then you guys jump on board and steal or borrow from their sound, right?
Dragline was done by the time Nevermind came out. I think it was being mixed when it. Yeah.
I mean, Soundgarden and Alice in Chains were the first to really start.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Nirvana.
Yeah, you want to talk about singers? Let's talk about Alice in Chains and Soundgarden, man.
Iconic.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all you can say.
The whole thing. I mean, having both of them and those harmonies, it still to this day has to be one of the best ever at this.
Yeah, for sure. That Tap album when they get Heart, the girls from Heart to sing with them. That's like one thing.
John on the song too, or some crazy shit on that one album. Yeah, did you meet Alice in Chains? Did you hang out with him?
Lane and I watched Raging Slab and the Hollywood Go-Go together, and he was as kind as he could be. We had hung out a couple times, and each time we did, it was marked by a chillness. And it's weird too when you end up with somebody like Lane Staley or Chris Cornell alone. And you're a Kansan who listened to Steve Miller under your radio, looking at Veronica Lodge lustfully while you're preparing your Latin for church. The next morning.
She was cute, man.
They certainly drew her for that way. You meet these cats and you're like, somebody's going to come up and take him away or put an end to. And both the times I had significant time with some of my heroes, Lane and Chris specifically, they were just sort of like haloed by no rushing. We came together and went apart after having had some nice time together. Both of them, I wouldn't say anything other than how lovely they were or how much they inspire me.
How about Maynard?
I have a different. You want to hear the story about Maynard?
Yes.
How good do his lawyers comb this stuff?
No, he's busy making wine.
Okay, so we toured UK with Tool, and I loved And the drummer's from KC, a great guy. And is Josh the guitar player? We hit it off because we're both sort of like artists. But never Maynard wasn't like a dick, but it was sort of like, what's up? Then one night after we had been touring together for a couple weeks, he's like, hey, can I stay with you guys tonight? My bus is going on, but I kind of want to hang out. And we looked at each other and we're like, sure, Maynard, hang out. And it was somewhere like in the Netherlands. And we walked back to our apartment. And we had several bottles of whatever and several people there with us. Some of them were cuter. And we go back to the hotel, and there's a number of people at the hotel. And Maynard is among them. Maynard, does he flirt from guest to guest, saying his highs and how do you do's? He goes into a chair in the corner, sits stock still. If he didn't have sunglasses and headphones on, he had emotional sunglasses and headphones on. He was not to be approached. I think I went up to him and said, hey man, thanks for the tour. I've really enjoyed your band. You guys are great. And why did he come? Why did he come to the party? Why did you ask me what's
right?
So then it's about maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. Ding dong. The door opens, and two young women, noticeable for the fact that they seem to be out after curfew. It's dark and they're out. Like I'm sure their nanny or their keeper should have been around. So, dude, and Maynard gets up and they go off. He just needed a place to chill. Everybody knew what was going on except for me.
Wow.
Jesus. So not the most social person, we'll say.
Well, not with me.
Yeah. And you also did a tour with Korn, didn't you? Or a bunch of shows with them?
We did.
That's an interesting mix. Wow.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. They were great. They were great.
Yeah. I mean, early Korn was vicious and heavy, and
they're punk rock.
I'm not sure he could get away with writing a song called "Faggot" anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, but the way he played all that stuff, I was like, so why do you have HIV tattooed on your arm? He's like, well, when I was a ambulance driver, and like he starts going into this story, and like it's like when somebody starts telling you directions, your brain just goes away. I don't know if it's because I doubted the veracity of the story, but those guys are punk rock, man. We were in Germany, and Fieldy, he's like, does my hat look better like this or like this? He would ask us that in front of the mirror, which is a strange question for a young man to ask another man. And then I can remember one time we said, where y'all going next? Well, it turned out we're playing in Australia next. And he's like, you guys going to take the bus there? And I don't know if that's a testimony to, again, his connection was better than mine. His evidence was better than mine. But we were in Germany, and his hat looked good both ways.
Yeah, that's a quite a contrast. Paw and Korn, man. That is definitely two different worlds, I guess you could say. Yeah,
we got along.
Awesome.
I got along with almost everybody. I thought
the Dragline thing, it probably went on for a good year or so, right? Where you're riding that wave. And when did it transition to the next album? And how did that work with A&M back then?
Man, it wasn't A&M's deal. It was Grant's deal. He broke it. He wanted to break it. He broke it on purpose. I was like, why are we putting out a country? There's no reason for us to put out a country album. I was like, if you want to do an acoustic album, If you want to do that album, wait till after we do it. Let's do a heavier one, like Pansy, like that song Pansy. Let's take an album like that, and then we'll have a platform to operate from. And he was listening to the brothers, the good old Lonesome Blues Brothers. It's kind of like
Jayhawks or something.
No, Jayhawks was one of his favorite bands at the time. What's Dickie Betts?
Yeah.
Not Leonard Skinner, but
Government Mule.
Government Mule is another one of his Pete, but Government Mule was in what before?
Oh God, it's that one band.
The dude was in a movie with the girls of drug guy.
That's gonna narrow it down in the 90s. Where are you going?
Just gotta get the answer.
I'm trying to think.
That'll work.
I'm trying to think. The brothers, the not the Doobie Brothers, the Statler Brothers. Okay, never mind.
Avid Brothers.
It'll come. What?
Avid Brothers.
No. The Allman Brothers.
Oh, Allman Brothers.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Grant wanted to be in the Allman Brothers. I wanted to be in Laughing Hyenas.
And Grant's the guitarist.
Yeah.
And his brother was in the band too, right?
Yes, and he and his brother don't speak, which goes to show you how well Grant is at relationship. Pete and I have a good relationship. We still stay in touch. Pete and his brother don't talk.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know, man. So God bless him. God bless him.
So, okay.
Dragline lasted while it did. Dragline lasted to this day. I looked at the Dragline plays out of curiosity to see how far they eclipsed Godzillionaires, and it's by a considerable amount.
Oh, yeah.
Paul's got X amount of monthly listeners, and Godzillionaire's got monthly listeners.
Paul has 35 or something thousand. I looked today. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Gen Xers and hopefully some others.
Yeah, nostalgic and
yeah, nostalgia sells. So okay,
tell Grant to send me part of the check.
No, yeah, right. And then Jessie, what's the story? Is there really a dog named Jessie? How'd you come up with this?
So sad, man. You know, it was Jessie was a German Shepherd, and Jessie was really smart and loved my family, and was really confused by my leaving. So it would follow me and then go back home and follow me and go back. And the last time, okay, it's still hard to talk about. I was at the bus stop and Jessie was there. And I said, you got to go home. You're not getting on the bus with me. I don't know where I'm going. You're not getting on the bus. Go home. Like, and he's doing this, like the backup, like he doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
And he never made it home. My dog Jessie didn't make it home. The story I tell myself is that somebody found him and realized what a good dog he was and spoiled him. The truth is that I don't know, because I'm a shitty runner away from Homer. I could have taken the dog back and said, Mom, Dad, I don't want to stay here anymore, but I don't want Jessie to be lost either. And if you don't think that's kept me up a couple nights, you're wrong.
Oh,
man, that sucks.
That's a different direction than I thought, but all right. Yeah. Mark, thank you for sharing.
I told you, man. You know how I feel about you, man. I told you anything, and anything.
Yeah. Well, that's great. That's the song that kind of really resonated with a lot of people. Of course, your band name was Paw, so the connection. No, I don't know what that's Paw. That's a weird Paw you just did, Mark. Right.
Right.
So then walk me through this part. So you this album has caused this push. Like, you've gotten more ears. People are like, no, Paw is. Some do. BMG really helped, by the way. That's how I found you. Right here.
Excellent.
So, boom. It's time to go in the studio. Next album.
Yeah.
And you said immediately that you're a guitar player, and you're one of your partners in crime here. Really want to go in a different direction, or talk to me about that and who wrote the songs and then lyric. Give us the little mix lowdown of how all that worked.
I was always the lyricist. I wrote all the lyrics. Not that I think that was a problem or a change much. It's the musical direction where I think we differ.
Yeah.
I really liked the heavier moments in Dragline. Pansy is my favorite Paw song. There maybe Naiad off of Home is a Strange Place. Home is a Strange Place represents some growth for both Grant and I that I think you can hear. But I hate Death to Traitors. It's like a country rock record that Blue Mouth Kid is the worst song I've ever been associated with. The guys, at one point in time, some great magnate paid us enough thousands of dollars that we did a Paw set, and the guys and Godzillionaire will go the Texas lead in. Do you remember driving up in you? And
Wow.
to it's the undercut to get me like. Grant wanted to go and he also kind of was a control freak. He got Steve Tulipena from Season to Risk to sing for a tour.
Oh wow, okay.
And I don't know why that didn't work, because Steve has got a good presence. He's like me. I mean, he's interesting to watch on stage. So I don't know why that didn't work. Probably because he didn't do exactly what Grant told him to do. Grant broke up the band, I think, on purpose, maybe. If he did a show with a friend, our Shiner, the guys in Shiner, Paul Melnowski is our engineer, studio guy. He's amazing. He's got amazing ear. The fact that he's in Shiner, the fact that when I was a young man, he said, listen to Jimi Hendrix to me, because we were going past the same parochial school. I've always looked up to him. His brother in arms in Shiner, Alan Epley, did a radio interview with Grant that I listened to. And Grant goes 3 hours without mentioning his brother or I. At one point in time, Alan says, Mark seems like he was a good front guy. You got to comment on that? And Grant's like, well, Paul McCartney liked the version of the band when I was singing. And then he said, we got to
damn.
And same thing with his brother.
What was the label's input on all this? And did they have, an A&R guy? Were they trying to push against that direction, or were they like, oh, okay, that's smart, yeah, I'm gonna do it? I mean,
I had a life. I wonder if they still have it. The first person to ever have a life insurance out on me was A&M Records. I think that there was a certain feeling among the label that I wasn't a long distance runner,
right.
And that they would be dealing with Grant. Also, too, Grant presented it that way. So when you get Q Prime, which it starts to break down party lines and political lines, and it's just somebody screwing somebody else over for $1. And that's not why I got into the music I'm playing now, and the guys I play with. We tell each other we love each other more than a knitting circle, and I'd leave $100 on the table in front of any of them and not worry about it.
So the label really did
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
The label didn't like Country Paw either. Who did?
But that sound was kind of in it, right? It was all about alternative, right? Grunge was out. Now it's about alternative, which you can do just about anything. And I'm sure,
Yeah.
Right? I love it,
Alice in Chains and Soundgarden and Pearl Jam are all still doing good.
Well, they were doing acoustic records too at that time too.
Huh?
They were doing
they were
the
all still
unplugged
doing
and
good
stuff.
during that era there, but I do remember like that wave of like the Jayhawks and what was that other band that kind of had similar members?
Spoon? Is it Spoon?
No,
Spoon's kind of
other one. It's Wingo or Mingo or I don't know some name like that. But I just couldn't get into that stuff at all. I wanted my loud guitars. So the label was just like, I mean,
the label was like, we don't hear it.
They didn't tell you.
Yeah,
they want to know the Jessie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of my favorite, probably my favorite Paw song ever, though, is off that record. I will say, and that's No Such Luck. I really,
not a bad song.
I think it's a great song. Like I was telling John one time, that was me and my roommates, sort of like Hair of the Dog / eye opener song. Exactly at like 11 a.m. Fuck it, let's go. We popped on No Such Luck. And what is that song about lyrically? Tell me about that.
Well, it's about what you and your buddy were doing, man.
It is right. Perfect.
You take the bottle. You go like this. Because the lid goes like this. Because you know you don't need that lid. Because you're going to see the bottom of that bottle, lickety split. Before you go, what? Say, you sure look pretty tonight, miss. Do you need someone to dance with? And she's like, I'm here with my boyfriend, and I'm like, what's he got to iron? It's for hell raising. It's for it's for causing trouble, man.
Oh yeah.
It's for when you're young. It's for when you're young and bulletproof and get to do that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what big. So I mean, So I mean, now that's out. I mean, I guess it didn't do that well. I'm assuming, right? And then now what happens?
And you know what? I don't mean to dismiss it as an album. There's things on it that I like, but to me, it sounds like the tug of war is between me wanting something heavy and Grant wanting to be in the Allman Brothers. And it's true. You know, you have your whole life to write your first record, and a year to write your second one. There's some bad songs on there. I do think No Such Luck is good. I like Sweet Sally Brown. There's a couple songs on there that I like. So I wouldn't trash the whole thing. I would have made a different record if I was the sole captain.
So what happened after that?
I realized we split. Grant and I really don't like each other. Turns out we played a festival together and made good money. It was Wakarusa when it was still around. Made good money, had a good show, had fun. We wrote a set. He came in the day before, ran the set, played the show. Like a civil business could be run if it was capable of being civil. Right. The next time an offer comes up, I say to him, hey, I've been offered X amount of dollars. Do you want to do this set here at this date? If I do, I'll show up with my guitar. Okay, I'm not planning on you then. Okay. Me saying, I think I said he's got an open invitation if he ever wants to play with me. But I'm done asking.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff happens in relationships. Yeah. Did you kind of leave music after that, or where did your life kind of go from there as far as work and things like that?
Well, I worked in New York. I worked as a PA for like MTV. I worked for Jenny McCarthy on Singled Out, and I was in a band, Martha Stewart and the 7 Day Cure, with the guy from the Stone Roses. You can see some of that stuff online. Nice. Martha Stewart and 7 Day Cure. Yeah.
Wow.
I never stopped being in a band ever. After I did Martha Stewart, I tried to get.
Did you meet Martha Stewart and you did her?
No.
I'm joking.
No.
That's too bad.
But no, I got we don't need to get into the brand names on the body count.
Well,
I mean, unless you want to.
I mean,
you ever see Nashville?
I mean,
yes.
Back in that.
You remember
you
the
were
Amazon?
doing MTV production, like you were in the MTV loop during the 90s?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Jenny McCarthy would say, blow smoke. She'd have her makeup on. Blow smoke in my face. And I have a friend, I will not say his name, but it was him who taught me to have a receipt book. And you know what went in my receipt book? Stuff.
Yeah.
Receipts, money I spent.
Yeah. Oh God. Jenny McCarthy. Yeah, she was a hot number back then, but yeah, she always did those weird faces, but
Wild.
Yeah, man. Different world.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, young men, all men, and I think all women too, have your colostomy tested earlier. The early detection saves lives, and the life you save could be your own. Quick, sweet, done.
Nah, let's not make it quick. You brought it up. So, Mark, you've confided in a number of us, that there's a health issue you've been battling for a number of years here.
I'm a survivor. Okay,
damn right.
Stage 4 cancer, diagnosed 2022. They told me I had 2 years to go, 3 years, or is it 4 years ago now? I had the rectal mass removed from my ass, which I lived with for too long because I misdiagnosed it as sciatica, which I had developed playing racquetball with pops. And I have a hot food fetish. So my shit's always fucked up because I'm always like, the hotter, the better. So I rode pain a little bit longer than I should have.
Oh, man.
And when I went in, the doctor said it was about 10 years. It looked like about 10 years growth. So they cut that out. I got Mets to the liver. They burned those out. And now the clock's ticking. My doctor, my oncologist says, don't tell people I have years left. She says, a year. Maybe a year. Got a year. So then ironically, what I do is I got wood to knock on here. I tell myself every day I got a year from now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I'll never die.
That's the answer.
Mm.
Right.
That first time hearing the doctor say that, like, were you nervous going into that conversation? Like, or walk us through like that moment, if you don't mind. If it's too much,
I don't mind. And the answer is I knew. I knew that there was something wrong with me. I felt it, and the doctor was confirming what I suspected, not surprising me or scaring me. The things that I wanted to know is how ugly is it going to be and how much time.
Wow.
Because I'm a dad.
Yeah, man.
And what are the things you've had to do? What the hell is that?
That's a cat. Cat's tail.
I'm centering myself.
Okay. I thought I saw like
there's a cat tail there.
Tail.
Yes, there's a cat.
I like cats, so that's cool. I just wondered.
I guess some people like to have an asshole put on every surface of the house. Call myself not among them.
All right. So
here for you, John.
Oh,
there he is.
Oh, that's a cat there.
Yes. So we
don't need to see its butthole either.
Yeah, my serious condition. You want me to talk more about dying?
Maybe just a little.
Everything is good, man. Like my attitude is gratitude. Like I'm not working because I'm on disability. I spend all my time with my kids. I fandom on Godzilla. I play rock and roll with my good rock and roll band. I try to stay off of the buffet of Western medicine and narcotics available to me. I mean, I think they'd write me a prescription for crack if I asked. Jeez, man. So I try to, you know what? I'm not a quitter and I'm not a complainer. So that's what you got. I'm just going to fight until I can. That's my gig.
I mean, you're doing great.
Yeah,
and
man.
we're all,
pulling. Yeah.
We're proud of you and everything else, Mark. And Godzillionaire. I mean, we're obviously going to talk about Godzillionaire. It's what an amazing. I mean, Mark, truthfully, I like Godzillionaire better than Paul by a lot.
Yeah,
Okay,
I have to
that's
admit
just
that.
me.
Thank you. It's
Yeah.
a sign of your good taste and intelligence, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's me. And I came to know about you guys through negative balance, which I think is one of the most underrated albums this last 5-8 years.
Thank you. I just found out it's going to be reissued.
Good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It should be.
Thank you.
More people should latch on because it's variety packed with a lot of different stuff. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that you had an album before that and even an EP, and they're damn good too.
Thank you. Yeah. I like the Great Depression a little bit more than Small Change, but Small Change, you feel us stretching.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about 30 Days? Same as Cash Motherfuckers.
What a song.
That's a great song, man. I love that song.
That's one of your heavy runs.
Do you know any girls like that? Girls that are never wrong and they're rich, but they're never wrong.
You know what? You need to bring that to your set.
We did. We have played that. We played that song.
I'll get you back over to Vegas sometime, maybe, and we'll give you a nice lengthy set.
I need a do-over in Vegas, man, because I shot myself in the foot so hard last time. I don't want to talk about it.
You what?
I shot myself in the foot so hard by being nervous about it, by being fresh off some treatment shit. You were coming off of some treatment. I remember it was touch and go. I was like getting nervous and worried about you and everything else. But so thankful you went, and so many people to this minute, Mark, talk about that set as a moving set to them. Eyes, like tears in their eyes and everything else. Lucky me.
Yeah.
Lucky me. Lucky me. I always connect music with emotion. Have you guys heard this bullshit? I heard on the playground that only 50% of people get goose pimples listening to music. Have you ever heard that?
No, I never heard that. No.
I've only had one person admit that they don't get goose pimples listening to music. Emotion and music are together for me. If I ever connect them for somebody else, to me, that's what success sounds like.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. And you guys you're playing supposed to play here in the Bay Area, right? Coming up eventually in the fall.
Did we get put onto that thing?
Well, yeah.
The inconvenience of dying at some point, perhaps soon, means all our scheduling is, it's a little loosey-goosey.
Sure.
We'll
just take it.
Let's plan on it. How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
For
that. We're planning on it.
Yeah. Okay. I might plan on doing it too. So
right on. Good.
Matt's been nice
enough to say me with a good time, fucker.
Matt said he's nice enough to let me even have his bedroom.
Let's calm down there, pal. Calm down, pal.
You got things that check your drinks for you, right? Like you put them in your drink and check it.
Yeah. I got a nice air mattress for you, John.
That's what you get, an air mattress.
Yeah. Whatever, I'll take it. As long as the cat's butthole's not on my pillow, everything's fine because I don't.
Might be. I got a cat, so.
Well, butthole.
Yeah, but I like butthole. I like that word. I don't know what it is. It sounds better than asshole. I don't know what it is. Anyways,
holy butthole.
Find such a talented band, Mark. I mean, obviously you are this extraordinary frontman, but truth be told, those other three motherfuckers in your band are really, really talented.
They're motherfuckers, dude.
Talk to us a little bit about how you go about finding a band when you're Mark Hennessy.
I am just smart enough to recognize the smart guys. Mike and Ben are nuts. They're not. Their guitar playing is, and Cody is. He has one speed. He has neutron, star, and off. And guitar Ben and guitar Mike are guitar ninjas. They just communicate with the field theory. I'm lucky to have a job. And it's just because it's lucky, man. It's lucky that
it's really
it's lucky. That's what
it's an extraordinary band you got great sound, the guitar tone, and just going at it.
It's product work and decisions, man. And
Michael probably has the best afro in the scene. And he always has that pick.
Helps pick up. Yeah.
I mean, afro, very admirable.
Yeah.
Pick in there, puts you over the top.
He is our face man.
Yeah, he is quite the guy, to say the least. I've obviously had a lot of communication with super cool cat. And I'm just blown away by the band. And so it's pretty cool that we got you on Ripple. I remember that whole process along the way.
Lucky us.
Me and Leanne kind of.
Well, it's well earned.
Time.
You know, say lucky. It's well earned to get on Ripple too.
Yeah. You know, I feel like it's a good match because I feel like we did the work to get there. And Ripple was gracious enough to extend their umbrella, you know.
I love you guys.
Yeah,
love you. And
the
latest album, Mark, is, I think, still for most people trending to be a top 10 album of the year. I think for some people may still be at the top of their list because we're coming down the home stretch. We're over halfway through now of the year, and you know, we recently on Heavy Galaxy went over top albums for us this year so far, and yours was brought up very readily by me, of course. But I know a slew of other people.
I love it too.
That's Patrick Brooks, the whoever that have you right in there. And it's a diversified sound. That's one thing, guys. Folks are listening. Godzillionaire, it's all kinds of different stuff going on. I mean, hell, this album. You got like an electronica song.
Kind of.
And you did that video, which is, you know, very professional. You don't know. Where did your path come in with the director? I mean, Matt, this is interesting stuff. They're involved with this film director that's done some cool stuff as well. Talk to us about who that is and how all that went about.
Okay, well, first of all, his name is Adam A.J. Mason. And if you're unfamiliar with his work, I don't know if they released it, but he did a series for Alice in Chains' last record where it's like a story, like an aliens come to Earth story. It's so compelling. If you can watch it, if it's available, I urge you to watch it. Adam Mason introduced himself to Godzillionaire by sending us a video for Absolute Zero, one of our songs. He's not the first person to send us a video. He is the first person to send us a video of breathtaking caliber, skill, and talent. So obviously well-crafted, so obviously lovingly crafted. It is like our number one song by far. He sent it as a gift, sight unseen, and said, "Hi, my name is Adam. Mark, I saw you play with Head Swim and Swerve Driver in Manchester. And I made this video. I like your new band. I made this video for your band. Do you like it?" And I said, "Let's be please, may we be friends?" And we've been friends for 15 years. And now, you know, we did Battle Hymn of the Republic for Ken Burns' documentary on PBS because of him.
Wow.
So our friendship, and he got us on They Come Knocking, some horror series, which basically paid for Negative Balance. He just introduced himself from out of the blue, said that he had seen Paw and it had made an impression on him when he was a young man, and we have been friends now for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Pretty awesome, man. That's
yeah. And if you check out the Godzillionaire video, Absolute Zero, and you're like, wait, somebody just sent this to you for free. It is kind of like a, huh?
Wow. And did he have a TV series or part of or something? Right?
Yeah, wow. I think it's They Come Knocking, like creepy, like Twilight Zone horror stories.
Okay.
Yeah, we did a cover of Dancing in the Moonlight, and then they used Excommunication for one too. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Tell us about the background behind that
video
that kind of feels like electronica, you know, that sound and kind of
Yeah.
You know, that's very much a lot about, you know, you're a big part of that song, but the video is wow. Very, very wow. Strong and like tragic and
sad.
Sad.
Yeah. I think sad. I'm Walking on Sunshine is a great song. But Mr. Bojangles is a better song.
Interesting. I gotta ask you about a song because I off the album too, which I think it might be, well, at least in my opinion, my favorite probably vocal performance you've ever done on Astro Garden.
Okay, cool.
I love that.
Astro Garden is an amazing song. I'm still wrapping my mind around. Second of all, you realize that there are that Chris Kopp is a guest vocalist on that, right?
I do.
And so you're able to discern our two voices.
Discern it too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Well,
I just love the mishmash of so many different. I mean, you don't know where you're coming from one minute to the next. Both guys.
Fucking dice.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you. That song was kind of hard to put together, and I'm glad to hear that it's your favorite vocal performance of mine. That is significant to me because it's one of those songs where, like, as an artist, I'm still wrestling with it.
Yeah. Well, it's unexpected. It was something I didn't know you had in your arsenal. You know, that was what, kind of grabbed me. I was like, wow, I didn't know you could do all that. And
don't tell me what you expect from me.
I guess I can't expect anything anymore. That's what it is,
Right?
Yeah, but yeah, a phenomenal song. That's my favorite song on the record, man. I think it's
thank you.
So
and it does matter.
That's awesome.
It turns me shuffle or whatever that song. God. That's
guitar
a groovy one. Oh yeah.
That's one of my songs of the year, without a doubt. It's so infectious. It's kind of earwormed to me on and off for about a week. So
good. It's a better earworm than Hand in Hand with the One I Love, or before I went in for my operation, I had like the rain I have fallen for. Who's the rodeo? And they call the thing rodeo. Not Clint Black, the superstar country guy.
Nah, you're probably talking to the wrong two guys for that.
Okay.
I know that's
yes. Garth Brooks. I had his greatest hit stuck in my head for like a month, and it was very, very sad and pathetic, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys? Do you have any song? Oh, sorry. Did you guys have now any, songs in the tank that you have recorded that you will eventually release, or is there anything you're doing now?
Do you mean Tad or me or
the band? Yeah, the band. No, Godzillionaire.
Okay, so we are in a rush to write and record another album. Rush? Why? Because I'm dying. Roughly called The Bill. We're working on it tonight. Let's go see something.
Exclusive Godzillionaire footage.
Look at how posh the space is.
That's beautiful.
You see a hand being waved. There's a computer screen.
Oh,
getting ready.
Nice big finger in the middle there. Nice.
That's where the magic happens. Yeah, so we're in the middle of recording and writing for the next record. And a frenzy, yes.
Are you doing a split or something? Or...
We were supposed to do it last weekend with Luna del Sol. Yes. Still going to happen.
With Luna del Sol.
That's
I love that. I love that combination of two Planet Desert Rock players, Luna Soul and Godzillionaire together. Dave Engstrom is wild energy, just like you. Jesus, the three of us in a room at the same time, no one could talk. And there'd be two of us.
It'd be ridiculous. When I walked into his kitchen and he pointed to 2 pots of coffee and 2 jars of weed, I was like, brother, let me clasp you unto my bosom as one of my own. Let the storytelling begin.
Yeah. He's amazing. Got amazing stories. He's funny as hell.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. And musically, you guys, are on a thread together, but so different at the same time. but this live extraordinarily good.
Yeah.
So that's just really
He did I Trusted You with us sight unseen, just basically I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was one of my funnest moments ever musicianing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was totally
yeah. Now you said your kid. I just curious. Did your kids play music? Are they taking over the Mark Hennessy talent?
I've asked each of them if they're interested in participating with Singing With Me Now.
Mm-hmm.
They have that option if they like. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.
How old are they?
7, 10, almost 17 and 18.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. I got the tubes tied now. I'm 55, 56. I had my own grandchild.
Right. That second litter. Yeah. That's a funny way of putting it.
You say oops, I say ow, back.
Are they into music at all?
Yeah, they are all. Theo plays bass and tuba. Alex is more into art. He's like an animator, and Ezzy sit behind the drum and keep a beat like I cannot.
Right.
Yeah, and
we've established you're not any good at any actual instruments.
I'm a consummate noodler. But one of the things about that is, I think that's nice, is my kids will grow up in a rich place. They can pick up a ukulele, or they can pick up a trombone, or they can plink around on a keyboard, or they can hit a drum, So while I myself have not, I can play a couple songs on guitar if you push me. Okay. But not like Ben can, I don't have that talent. So I can play enough I have a baritone ukulele that I like to play to myself when I'm, watching Godzilla at night, smoking a bowl, and, just noodling around. That's my playing.
Okay.
No harmonica.
No, as Brody Buster will tell you, the harmonica is a non-essential instrument.
That ukulele thing's a little weird too, but whatever.
Yeah. And I don't know about the trombone either.
Rusty trombone. I'm joking.
Fellas, you want more of me? We good? You want more?
I think I'm good. You got anything else, Sean?
Mark, baby, but you've given us more than ample amount of time, and it's gone by very quickly. And we appreciate you giving us this time to kind of go over your life a little bit. And
you guys are easy. You guys are easy. And gentlemen, it's not. Please, the pleasure has been mine.
We haven't partied enough. You'd find out I'm not always a gentleman. But anyway, I'm not really playing Dead to Rock, but I'm like kind of working and partying at the same time. So at some point in time in a social, we'll do something. So great seeing you again, Mark, and talking, and we really appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely, man.
Anytime, all I need is a little bit of notice, and I'm happy to do it again. Thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate it so much, Mark, man. Thanks so much.
It's about who's got the passion, man, who's into music for real.
The apple didn't fall far from the tree.
It's Trev's daddy, he's big as shit, it's Bill Church.
My dad was always in bands. People know my dad from Montrose, Sammy Hagar, Van Morrison.
We used to be such a tight unit, and we would always do things together as a unit.
The infighting just got worse and worse and worse.
Didn't actually seem like we were living up to the hype, I guess you could say, in like a business sense.
But everybody in this band gets along really, really well. We're four brothers. We really are.
The rock and roll cliche. Yeah, we were a rock and roll cliche, but shit went down, and stuff was done.
Like there's no bands here, man.
Wasteland. Like it's where local bands go to die.
They said they did not want me in the band.
Eric was the driver and the glue behind that band.
It was a struggle in the beginning with the business, but now it's basically paying off for all my dreams.
For me, it's like me up against all the Van Halen kids.
He's quest-driven. His dad got cut. It's like Luke Skywalker.
We know our clock is done, our time is up, but we just do it because we like to do it.
SoCal Heavy Jam, a bunch of friends throwing down on a great stage with an amazing sound system.
If I stopped and I got out of the band, I think I'd really still enjoy putting it on.
One of the premier scenes for heavy rock in America.
There is a group of knuckleheads that like this stuff, and I think we're having a freaking blast doing it.
In ways, it's more fun now, I think, because we don't do any of the stupid shit you did back then, you know?
Why do I do it? Because, the easiest answer, because I love doing it.